is a scary slide. Do we all agree that theft is terrible in supply chains? Can we all? I can see you out there. It is terrible. And that $35 billion this year has just been increased, according to JOC, to $50 billion. So how do you do this? How do you attack this problem? It's multifaceted. It's swapping out bill of ladings. It's theft right there in front of with the driver being pulled out. This has got to be stopped. We've got to figure out a way to secure the supply chains. It is now the #1 issue out in the world, aside from sustainability, but there's visibility and there's this theft issue. So as a 40-year veteran in the world of logistics, I got together with a NASA engineer and we created the Bloodhound tracking device. Our mission, reduce theft, optimize assets, and secure the future. The BTD solution, VOS, Visibility as a Service, is designed to be covert, first of all. We wanted our units to be covert. If you notice the bottom unit there, that looks kind of like a container image, because we're on containers and we're on trailers. We're also being used on chassis. We also wanted triple redundant communications. The baseline that everybody should already be solution providing is GPS and cell. But quite frankly, that's not enough. Cell is, you can drop the cell coverage. Cell coverage doesn't go everywhere. So we added cell and SATCOM and what we call a DTN mesh, disruptive tolerant mesh packet transmission of information. We also had a comprehensive sensor suite. And with that sensor suite, not only temperature, humidity, gas, CO2, but we also said, if you open the door of our unit, we're going to take your picture. We're going to take your picture. Now, that's the security piece. And we rapidly deploy, because our units go on with super strong magnets. If you come by the booth, we'll get to show you one and see if you can pull it off. We compared ourselves with everybody else out there and came up with this extensive list of what our product does compared to everybody else. And if you can see the red and the orange, that shows you that the competitor didn't quite meet up to those requirements. Because, quite frankly, there's a lot of solutions out there, just track and trace. We said, no, we're going to be the ultimate in track and trace versus the, remember, who had BlackBerries? Remember having BlackBerries back in the day? What happened when the iPhone came out? There goes the BlackBerry, right? This is what our unit is. Our unit is the iPhone coming in and taking the place of the BlackBerry. We have remote control and command. We've got unbroken visibility, even on the stacks of the ship. This was a huge, long 50,000-mile trip from Australia through Japan and Korea all the way to Los Angeles. And we had 98.37% communications accuracy through that trip. Over 174,000 total miles throughout North America, 6 continents. And there's a picture of a couple of bad guys trying to take product out of a trailer. Law enforcement loves this. Customs loves this because, quite frankly, until now you didn't have proof of who it was that was either putting drugs into the box or taking your product out. I have a great friend of mine who's assistant port director in Phoenix, and he says, you know how many CT Pat Tier 3 people we come across and pull out drugs out of their trailers? You all know who CT Pat is? You all familiar with that security term, Customs Trade Partnership Against Terrorism? That's what we designed this unit to work for. Transformative benefits. This is your value prop slide, kids. Reduce liability for cargo loss. Detention and demurrage becomes a big issue. We have also created a flexible closed-loop system, a system for freight forwarders to be able to use, such as the best freight forwarder, DHL, to be able to put the unit on in Asia. Well, the unit watches the movement all the way through. It comes to the United States, goes all the way to a DHL warehouse, and the unit comes off and is shipped back, closed-loop model. Simplified implementation, and it reduces the support burden of the staff you have to find out, where's my box? How many have asked that question? I think Mark brought it up. 20% of the people feel like they get a good, reasonable answer to, where's my box? 11 seconds. Safe.